All-Indiana Podcast Network.
This is AC's Conversations.
AC's Conversations is about sports, music, TV, movies, and more.
Everything and more.
Everything is ready to go.
That include the latest news and rumors, along with interviews with the biggest names in sports and entertainment.
This
is AC's Conversations with your host,
News 8 Sports Director.
The man is the real deal.
Let's go to work, fella.
Anthony Calhoun.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to AC's Conversations, a part of the All-Indiana Podcast Network. Coming up on this week's edition, we're hanging out with Colts Quarterback Carson Wentz. They're getting ready for a big week coming up on Sunday against the Houston Texans down in Texas. Of course, this is a big week for QB1 and the football team. They find themselves 6-6 on the season, but they know they need to pull together some wins to try to make a push for the playoffs. On this edition, we talked to Carson about the matchup, of course. Also, he weighs in on this pressure-packed final 5 games of the regular season. Also, Carson talks about the offense, why it is clicking of late, and we're going to have some fun with the quarterback as well, as Wentz tells us about their first adventure finding their first Christmas tree in Indy. Some good stuff coming your way, all a part of the All-Indiana Podcast Network with AC's Conversation. Enjoy it, everybody. Here with Colts quarterback Carson Wentz, getting ready for a big one down south, down in Texas, the Houston Texans, as you guys get set to take on them. We'll dive into what happened last week, but let's start first, though. Here we go. Big week for you guys. 5 games left to go. What's your approach as you get ready for this week?
Yeah, same it's always been. You know, go 1-0 for the week. Obviously, we know where we're at. It's December. It's time to go. And really every game has that much more importance and that much more significance now as we go, and starting with this one. It's a divisional game, as we know, always carries a little more weight, and so it's going to be a fun one down there, and we got to get ready for it.
I know we've talked about this all year long. What I admire about you don't get too high, you don't get too low. What happened the past week, you move on and get ready for the upcoming week. From what happened last week, though, against the Buccaneers, what can you guys take from that game as a team as you get ready for this one this week?
Yeah, I mean, we go back and look at the film, and I mean, we did a lot of good things, but at the end of the day, you just can't make some of those mistakes against a good football team. The margin for error against good teams like Tampa is slim, and we put the ball on the ground, put the ball in harm's way, turned it over too many times, and that's going to come back to bite you like it did last Sunday. Yeah, and there were some good moments, though, in that game against the Buccaneers. I mean, I think of number one, that 62-yard touchdown pass to Dulin getting his first TD. Yeah. How great was that? I know you had to be happy for him. Yeah, that was awesome. I wasn't aware it was his very first one until after the game, so that's pretty awesome and exciting for him, and obviously exciting in the game. Obviously, we had a very slow start in the game and a couple 3-and-outs, too many for my liking, but then finally kind of opened it up there, and that was a big moment, a big play in that game. Yeah, you know, when you look at what you guys have done this year and how close you've been in some of these games here, as a leader on this team and other leaders as well, like, what is the message? What do you say to the teammates around you? Because, you know, when you ask people about, you know, the forecast for this team, they say, hey, look, once they get in the playoffs, they're going to be hard to beat. But you know the deal. You got to win. You got to get into it first, right? No doubt. Like I said, it's December. It's December, and it's time to go. And we look at all these games, and we say, hey, we're right there. And that there's an encouraging side to that. But at the same time, we got to find ways to win these ball games. We can't make these mistakes. We got to finish better, more consistently. And so we look forward to doing that here in December. And like I said, it's do or die more or less as December kind of winds down. And it's a fun time of the year, both on and off the field, and we're ready for it. Yeah, what has impressed you the most, would you say, with this offense? Because it seems like whatever the defensive units have been giving you guys over the past 4 or 5 weeks, you guys have been able to adapt to that. Running game, passing game. I mean, this offense is really going to the next level, it seems like. Yeah, I mean, I'd say just the O-line. The O-line, we ask a lot of those guys, and, you know, run blocking, pass blocking, whatever. And we feel like you mentioned, we're able to adapt to what the defense is giving us. If we've got to run the ball a whole bunch, we've got to throw it a whole bunch, we're going to be able to do that. And the O-line, it starts with them. It starts with them, and they kind of set the tone and control the line of scrimmage, and they've done a great job of that. All right, so 5 games to go. You're still in the thick of things of making the postseason. You guys kind of had your coming out party last time you played against Houston. What can you take away from that game and the confidence going into this matchup against the Texans? Yeah, it's a good defense. It's a good defense. You know, we know they made some things hard for us the first time. We hit some big plays, which kind of, made a big difference in that one. But it's a good defense, and they're playing well as of late, creating lots of turnovers. And one thing that we pride ourselves on is protecting the football, which we didn't do last week. So they're coming off, a couple games now where they've had multiple turnovers. So we got to protect the football, and we got our work cut out for us. But like I said, it's going to be a fun one. It's always fun playing a divisional opponent.
And you guys have been great this year for the most part on the road. You got to have a lot of confidence. You talk about Miami, what you're able to do there. Buffalo, huge win on the road there. If the playoffs happen, you do make it, most likely you're going to have to go on the road. So how critical has it been to be getting the job done early in the season on the road for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to win, all of our home games, no doubt. But the way we've been able to adjust and go on the road and win in some of these tough environments has been big for us. And we'll definitely need that as we go down the stretch here.
Okay, every week we give an update on the foundation, the work he's doing with AO1 Foundation. And, man, you want to talk about having some fun. Tuesday, Giving Tuesday on the AO1 Foundation Instagram page, this guy here and his wife, Maddie, they were answering questions live on Instagram. I had a chance to check it out. What a great time. I know you love to connect with the fans here, and especially with your foundation. It seemed like a special night.
Yeah, it was cool. Yesterday was a cool day, obviously Giving Tuesday. Don't know the final numbers and the total support, but just the support that we've had with the foundation all across the country, North Dakota, and now out here since we moved has been unbelievable. So yesterday was kind of a day to kind of celebrate that, to showcase a little bit about what we've been doing and highlight some individuals and the different ministries that we have. And so the support's been awesome, and yesterday was just another reflection of that.
And we got a chance to get a little inside scoop on number 2. Seeing you and Madison talking about you actually went out and cut down a Christmas tree for the family. What's up with that? That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah, it was pretty cool. I wasn't sure. We showed up to the tree farm just north of the city there, and they said, "Hey, just take your little dolly out there, grab the saw, and let's go." And we're like, "All right, let's go do this thing." And we had 2 kids with us, a stroller. I mean, we had our hands full, but we had a good time.
And things have been good with the new baby, Hudson, right?
Oh yeah, she's doing great. Mom's a champion, so she makes life easier around the house for everybody.
A big thank you to Colts quarterback Carson Wentz for taking the time to join us here on AC's Conversations. Of course, a big week coming up for him and the Horseshoe down there in Texas. Hopefully they can get the job done against the Texans. All right, folks, thank you once again for listening to AC's Conversations. Of course, we got more great interviews coming your way all the time here on the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Discover more at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to follow and subscribe to the AC's Conversations podcast and others on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Connect now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.